Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about my pregnancy journey, and since I started to do English video on my channels and I'm trying to do more mom lifestyle videos, I just wanted to tell you more about my story. I'm gonna apologize in advance for all the grammar errors I'm gonna make, because as you know, if you follow my channel, I'm Italian, so I try my best to speak English. So I'm gonna start right away telling you about my pregnancy. I got pregnant in June 2017 and it was a beautiful surprise, but let's say I wasn't expecting it at all. It was a very great journey with some bumps on the road, which I'm gonna tell you about right now. So the pregnancy started kind of smoothly, even though it was a big surprise, till the point we got to our first visit to a midwife, and that told me that the baby was fine, everything was okay. I was, I think, five weeks old pregnant, but the only thing she told me that I had a cyst on my left ovary, and because of that I had to go see a gynecologist. I go have my visit with the gynecologist, who tells me that the cyst is pretty big, but they hope it's gonna shrink by itself. So I don't have to do anything. The only thing I have to do is rest and not lift anything that's too heavy. For leaving, she warns me that the worst, so you see Elizabeth's crying, playing in a room next door. So the only thing that she tells me before leaving is that the worst case scenario for the cyst is that it's gonna cause an ovarian torsion, but it's very rare, so I don't have to worry about it. So like 2 weeks later it happens. I wake up in the middle of the night with like excruciating pain, and in the morning I go to see the doctor because of that. And before I get there, actually at the moment that I get to the reception, I faint because of the pain, and after that it all happened very fast, because they call an ambulance, they bring me to the hospital, and it was actually what happened, ovarian torsion. For the people that don't know what it is, I'm gonna try to explain it as easily as I can. So here's your ovary, which is like a ball, and the cyst next to it, which is a ball. So the cyst wraps around the ovary and kind of close the blood flow to the ovary, so it's kind of like dying, and that caused a lot of pain. I have to say it was the worst pain in my life. So they gave me morphine right away, and after an hour they sent me to the operation room, where they do a laparoscopy, I think that's how you say it. So they go through 2 little holes in my abdomen, and they remove the cyst and untwist the ovary, and everything was fine, because before going to surgery they didn't know if the ovary was still let's say alive, if the baby was okay, and what other damage were caused. But thank God everything was fine. They removed the cyst, ovary was fine, the baby was fine. The recovery was a little over a week, almost 2 weeks, where I was absolutely a useless person. I couldn't even get up of the bed because I was in a lot of pain, like my back, my abdomen. I couldn't move anything. But when those 2 weeks has passed, I was better than before, and the nausea was gone that I had in that period and the weeks before, and I felt overall much better. So that I'm grateful. I know it sounds strange, but I'm grateful that happened, so I could like move on to the next step. Let's put it that way, even though I know it sounds strange. I'm going back a little bit. Before I got pregnant, before I found out I was pregnant, I went to Cuba with my husband for vacation. And for who of you don't know, there is a virus called Zika. It's like a little mosquito, which is harmless for like normal people, but for pregnant women it could be a little dangerous, because it could cause problems with the baby. So because of that, I had to go every month to get like checked up at the hospital. to do an anatomy scan to check the baby. So every month I will have to go and do that, which was fine. The baby was growing fine. I was feeling much better. The only problem I had after the surgery was the reflux. That was awful. Like, I felt like something here all the time. I mean, whoever of you felt that knows how awful it is, but that could be worse. There are worse things. So at the end of my pregnancy, when I was around 34 weeks pregnant, I had a problem with my family, so I had to go deliver my baby in Rome, where I'm from. I'm from Rome. So everything was planned to give birth in New York, but I had to change the plan last minute because of that. So at 34 weeks old, not old, 34 weeks pregnant, I fly to Rome. Before flying, I had my last checkup at the hospital. They say the baby's fine, everything is okay, I can fly, no problem. So I go back to Rome and I go see my gynecologist there, which is the one that delivered me, so it's my gynecologist from forever. And he says that my belly is a little too small and the baby looks small too. So what he does is send me to like a bigger center to get another scan to make sure that everything is fine. And what happened is that doesn't look too fine. My placenta looks like it's not feeding the baby properly, and my blood pressure is super high, which was strange since I got like checked. I still today don't understand what happened. So I got my blood pressure was too high, even though I measured it with the hospital in New York like a week before. Everything moves very fast, and they tell me I have preeclampsia, so I need to deliver the baby. The problem was I wasn't that dilated at all. I had no sign of like contractions or anything. I was 36 weeks pregnant by then. So my gynecologist decided to do a C-section the day that I turned 37 weeks pregnant. So I was super scared, I have to be honest, especially because I didn't expect it, but at the end of it, whatever delivers the baby safely. So after that, I have to call my husband because he was still in New York and he was planning to come to Rome when I think when I was gonna be like 39 weeks, something like that. So I'm like, you have to come now, you have to come tomorrow, because I'm gonna do a C-section, which were like 2-3 crazy days, like very anxious, very just crazy. I decided to deliver in a private clinic because that's where my gynecologist would have delivered the baby. And I go there in the morning. I was so nervous. I'm actually surprised I even slept that night. And I go there, my husband arrives at 12 p.m. and the baby got delivered at 3. So it arrived like just in time to see Elizabeth be born. I have to be honest, like I had no idea how the surgery would have been, because before the surgery from July was my first surgery at all, and it wasn't even a surgery, it was like laparoscopy. So it was a little different, and I was totally under anesthesia, so I wasn't awake. So I have no idea how it felt. It was very weird because obviously you cannot feel anything from the waist down, but you kind of don't feel the pain, but you feel that something is moving inside of you. It's so weird. I still don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's like you can feel someone is looking for something inside of you. And I thought it was gonna be long. Instead, it took like 4 minutes to get the baby out from the moment they started. And in like those few minutes, Elizabeth was there, and it was so strange. But it was definitely longer to just like get the stitches and close everything. It's kind of ugly to say close everything, but close the wound. And Elizabeth was 2 kilos and 400 grams, which in pounds is, I think it's 5 pounds 2 ounces, I think. I never remember the pound weight, but she was tiny, but not super tiny. And she was totally fine. She was great. She cried, and she was just beautiful. That was it. I mean, it was a strange journey. It went so slow, I have to be honest. Like, if I think back now, it seems like a billion years ago, even if it wasn't even a year ago. And those 9 months go so slow, especially from what I hear, especially if it's your first child. I remember like every day, like counting like 7 weeks and 3 days, 21 weeks and 5 days. So I'm glad at the end she got here safely, and I'm happy I got to deliver in Italy with all my family. And after all, it was like the best journey, and I got my baby here, she's like so funny and so great, so beautiful. And that's it. That was my pregnancy journey. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna make another video soon about my postpartum and how was my life coming back from Italy with my baby here in the United States. If you like more videos like this, let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching. So I thought it was gonna be nice to show you Elizabeth, my daughter, since it's who I'm mostly talking about in the video. And if you've been following me on Instagram or my channel for a long time, you already know her. Otherwise, that's her. Smile. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. She is so pretty and she's so funny. And she likes to eat. Really like to eat. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, right? Subscribe. And to the next video. Ciao.